Welcome everyone. We are here with Jordan Howard. My name is Ivan Rodriguez for Catch and Shoot PR TV, the podcast, and we welcome our guest for today is Jordan Howard. Jordan, how you doing?
What's good, man? I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Appreciate you having me on. Yeah, the stuff you guys are doing is awesome. So I appreciate you guys having me.
Great, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Jordan, first of all, we know you had that injury on the bubble. How's everything going on your recovery process?
It's been going really good. I had the surgery on January 5th, so that was about 2.5 weeks ago. So had the surgery, was in a brace for a good week, and then got the wrap taken off, and since then just been working on rehab. So I've been walking, getting the strength back. It's feeling really good already, and it's only been 3 weeks. So
Oh, cool.
it's
You're
really,
walking right now. Cool.
yeah. I'm walking. I'll stand up for you.
Cool.
Walking. I don't know if you guys can see, but this is like the
Oh, cool.
yeah. So
Are
I'm
you moving it
walking.
so you feel good
Y-
right now?
Yeah. I feel good, and they're saying I'm progressing faster than usual, so it's good. And my dad's a physical trainer as well, so we've been
Oh, that's
yeah, it's
dope.
been perfect. So we've been working hard on just getting back and keeping the body strong while I recover. So
Great. Jordan, how you have been you have played a lot of leagues, every level of basketball. How would you rate the league personnel that took care of you in the bubble with when all this thing happened to you?
yeah, it was the bubble was really a great and awesome experience. Really, of course, it's different because nobody's used to being in a bubble and being in a contained space for that long. And but just being able to play basketball again after the pandemic, after that 6 7 months, it was a blessing. So to be able to have it at the beautiful resort and to be able to have the amazing meals that were given to us and to have the accommodations they gave us, it was a great experience. So the BSN did an amazing job in that.
Cool. You said something about the food. That was, a lot of
Yeah,
players were, talking about the
y-
food. It was great.
yeah. The food was great, and it was every day. You had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I would look forward because like you had an idea because after being there for like a month, you were like, okay, these are most of the meals that they're making. So like they had this steak one day, and I was like, oh, I hope I had steak tomorrow, or like one of the next days.
You were
Like
thinking
you,
of food every time.
yeah. Oh, I was thinking of the meals like after shoot around after practice. So the meals were. I give the staff credit because there was a lot of us. So for them to be able
Yeah.
to get that much food and to do it consistently, it was awesome. So
Cool. Jordan, after all this, your rehab process is done.
mhm.
I don't know exactly the plans or when are you, fully prepared to return to play. But
Mhm.
there's something next. Any plans right after you finish your rehab process?
Yeah, it just depends on the timetable and kind of what the leagues are doing at the time and what the situation is. Just because with the ACL, you don't want to come back too soon. You got to
Yeah.
make sure it heals correctly. Even if I feel really good to play, I got to be smart. But of course, the goal is to come back as soon as possible. But I'm not sure. It just depends the timing of when I come back and what leagues are going on. If Puerto Rico's playing, or if leagues in Europe are playing, or just depending on the situation, you know. So I'm just gonna play it by ear and kind of see when I feel good and when I'm ready, and then from there I'll just go from there.
Cool. Going back at the bubble, how would you compare how tough was the league with other places you have been on?
Yeah. So for me, Puerto Rico's like it gained so much of my respect. It's one of the toughest leagues and one of the most physical and talented leagues out there, really. That I've been a part of. Just the balance and the amount of good players that are there, whether it's imports or just Puerto Rican players in general. There's a lot of talent and a lot of good veteran players, a lot of good young players, um, and for me, I would rank it right up there with all the other leagues that I've been to, and so it's different because I played in Korea. which the talent level wasn't where it is in Puerto Rico, but they have really good imports.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in Puerto Rico, you have really good imports, but your national players can be right on
Same
par with
level.
import.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and then the G League, the talent there is obviously amazing as well because it's NBA caliber players. But you get that in the BSN as well. So um, it's just a great league and an amazing league that's very competitive and continues to grow the more that I watch and play in it.
Yeah. Did you know that PJ Tucker came from the BSN,
Yeah,
straight out of
exactly,
BSN, and
exactly.
it was crazy. I watched him play. He played for Quebradillas in
Hmm.
2012. Yeah, 2012.
Yeah,
And right after that, he went, to the NBA, and
yeah.
he's not just a role player.
No,
Um,
yeah, he's an impact guy. That's crazy.
yeah,
2012, it doesn't even seem like that long ago.
yeah, it's crazy.
And yeah.
Now, another player is Damian Wilkins.
Hmm.
Sam Young, some of those.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, Jordan, Guayama, last couple of years ago, a few years ago, they didn't make the playoffs,
yeah.
and this year you made it. As a team, what was the key really for Guayama to being a top four teams in the league, in the
Yeah,
bubble?
yeah, it's crazy just kind of seeing where the organization has come in such a short time. You know, when I got there, I just had heard from the past that we hadn't been in the playoffs in quite some time. And so my goal coming in and everybody's goals coming in was to make a point that we're a great team and that we can do that. And so that was our goal to, for one, get in the playoffs and then make a statement. And I feel like we did that. And our just philosophy was just to play together and play as a team. And so I feel like everyone was very bought in, and it started from the coaching staff, Coach Eric, all the way down, from the ownership, everyone down. Was everyone was bought in as a team. There wasn't any individuals. There wasn't any. I have to do this to rank here. It was a collective team effort. And so since we everybody bought in that, it solved itself, and we made it to the semifinals, which is something that Guayama hasn't done in
Yeah, so a
years
few
and
years
years
ago.
and years. Yeah,
Yeah, it was cool because you faced some injuries in
yeah,
that last couple of games, and you still play, and they give it all. All teammates
yeah,
were understanding their roles. They play
yeah,
together. Like you said, you were not playing it for individual stats. You just do
exactly,
everything you need to win. Um,
exactly.
the bubble was different, right? Oh, so can
Hmm.
you mention or identify some advantages, disadvantages to play in the bubble? Because you have played in other leagues, and you have to drive
Yeah,
to other cities to play and all this stuff.
for sure.
How is that different?
Yeah, that's a good point because it's completely it changes the whole dynamic really. It kind of makes it an even playing field for everybody. So there's no travel. You get your rest. It's convenient. You don't have to drive. You don't have to go other places. You don't have a home court advantage, which is a big thing,
Exactly.
and you also don't have to play against another team's home court advantage. So it really just leveled everything out, and it was just kind of mano y mano. It's like one team playing against another, and it's just empty gym. It's just like whoever wants it most has to get it. So it really, I would really say the best way to describe it is it just evened the playing field out, and you just had to get used to playing in that environment, which is different. But it was just like playing in practice.
It was
So
cool. It
yeah,
was it was even for every player. So
yeah,
um,
and it was like the league. I mean, you couldn't do much better than what was given with with
the
bringing every
scenario.
team with the scenario. So it's like you couldn't do anything about it. And so I feel like that was the best way that you could have presented a bubble format. So
Cool. Jordan, which one was the toughest player you got on the bubble?
there's a lot of good players. Um, I'll probably say Angel.
Angel?
Yeah, 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 he's tough. He just knows how to play, you know. And
Yeah.
that's a veteran team too, so they all know each other. They've been together
Yeah.
for a while, so I feel like that um, that team was really built to win that championship, and they were structured really well. So I would say that.
Yeah, and then Angel is one of those guys that he play with energy on one side of the
Mm-hmm.
court and the same energy on the other side of the court. It's crazy.
100%.
It's crazy. Yeah.
100%.
And that question, but turn it over. Like, which was the player that you faced, a defender, a tough defender?
That's a good question. I don't know. That's a tough one. There are some good ones. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I can't really think because it's like I'm so
Yeah,
focused in the game. I'm just like
yeah.
I don't really like. Oh, this is who's
It could be Angel again.
yeah, exactly. I mean, he's a
Yeah.
great defender as well. But in the game, you're like, because in the game it switches a lot. Because a lot of
No,
teams when we
everything
would play,
was
they would switch a lot and they would try to
exactly.
trap a lot. So it would just be, I would say, I don't know. That's a good one. That's a good question.
That was exactly what I was going to, because every team was adjusting for you.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
trap Howard. Let's cut the pass. Let's trap him. Let's do the hedge. Go
100%.
over the screen. Um,
Yeah.
you know, it was stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what coming in, that's what we felt like teams would do. They would try to spearhead and take me out in some ways, but that's where the team concept came in. And so for me, I was like, that's fine. You guys can take me out of the game, but now we have other guys that can open the game up for everybody. And then once they see that, it's like, okay, now we can't do that as much to Jordan, and now we have to kind of play him honest. And then
No,
that's when things opened up for me as well.
now and also you have Ben Macaulay. You can pick and pop.
Yeah,
There's another three coming up. So
100%, 100%.
Howard, I have heard a lot of things, and a lot of people have heard a lot of things about why Jordan Howard was not invited to the national team, why
Mm,
he's not wearing a Puerto Rican jersey. But I want to hear from you, like
yeah.
what happened, all these things here, what really happened?
Yeah, so initially when I came in in March, um, I wasn't invited to the first window just because I hadn't played in the BSM before, and so they kind of wanted to see how I would do in the structure of
Okay,
the league. And so I would think I did pretty well, and then they wanted to invite me to this last window, and basically I wasn't aware that this last window was going to happen before I already committed to playing for Guayama. And
okay,
so I hadn't signed the release papers for me to be locked in, where I forgot what it's called, but the paper where you sign that if you sign that you're committed to playing for just the Puerto Rican national team.
oh yeah,
Like the declaration paper or something like
yeah,
that.
declaration for that's has to be for FIBA or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So I hadn't signed that yet, so they couldn't
Mm.
bring me. And so the only reason I didn't sign it is because I already made a commitment that I was going to play just in the bubble.
Just in the bubble on for the
Yeah,
BSN.
yeah, and I would have signed it, but I wasn't aware of it until I was already getting ready. I was already in Puerto Rico preparing for the bubble. So I didn't sign it because I didn't want to leave. And then what happened to Jose where he had to miss 4 game or like 3 games. And if me and Jose both had to miss those amount of games, who knows? We might have not made it to the playoffs. We may have something may have happened. Um so I thought the best thing, I had to keep my word and keep my commitment to the team. But I am planning on signing the papers now that everything's all good. And so I
So,
plan on in the future
so
playing
that
for
that's
Puerto
that's
Rico.
coming soon. I will see you with the jersey of Puerto Rico
Yeah,
soon.
I hope so. I hope so.
Hopefully, I hope it too, bro. Every
Yeah.
people wants to see you.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I appreciate all the support that the people have given me and embrace me because it's different from somebody coming from the States to Puerto Rico. You don't know what to
Exactly.
expect if they're going to look at you differently or if they're going to embrace you. And so they've embraced me and I appreciate it and I look forward to it.
Great. Actually, how is it? Yeah. What are your Puerto Rican roots?
Yeah, so my mother's Puerto Rican, so her grandparent
Mother.
or her parents were from the island, and then they moved to the States, and then and then my mom met my dad out here. So
Cool. You grew on Arizona, right?
I grew up in New Jersey, and then I moved to
Jersey.
Arizona. Yeah, in Jersey, and then I moved to Arizona when I was like 6 or 7.
Okay.
So I've been in Arizona most of my life, but I'm from Jersey.
I forgot a question that came up when you were telling me about and talking to me about the national team.
Hmm.
The Federation of Puerto Rico,
Hmm.
that first approach was just when you came up with Guayama or when you were close to be with Guayama, or there was an approach before?
Um, the approach from the actual federation came more of when I was in Puerto Rico, when I came to Guayama. There
Okay.
was always like rumors and talks and people kind of reaching out
Yeah.
to me, but like the actual organization reached out to me when I was in Puerto Rico.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Jordan, we're gonna go to a segment we call Cash and Shoot. Cash is the Q, shoot the A. I think you're really good with the cash and shoot, so you're gonna do this really nice. When you grew up, who's a basketball? Name a basketball player that inspired you to hoop.
Growing up,
Yeah,
I would say Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he was
Easy.
like the inspiration, but I would say like the one that I really liked watching a lot was Isaiah Thomas.
Great one. Great one.
Yeah.
I just came up with this question. Jordan, your name. Your father, your mother thought about Jordan
It,
like Michael Jordan.
yeah, a lot of people think it's Michael Jordan, but we're a family of faith, so like we have really strong faith, and so I was actually named after the River Jordan where Jesus was baptized.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So I mean, it can be either or, but it's both great answers.
Okay. I think this question is gonna be it's you already answer it. Jordan, Kobe, or LeBron?
Ah, that's tough. That's a
Who will
tough one.
take the last shot? Oh, no, no,
Last if it
not
last
last shot. Let's do it. Let's go.
last
Let's do it
shot
like this.
is Kobe.
Gotcha. I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay, but
Yeah,
if you're gonna
the
you're
best
GM
player.
GM. Let's
I,
see.
I
Let's say
I think
you're gonna be.
I think you got to go LeBron.
Gotcha. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think just overall, if you're going to start a franchise, LeBron. I mean, it's hard to pick anyone over LeBron, honestly.
yeah, 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 yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, but
Favorite music artist?
Drake,
Drake.
he's the
You
best
look like
ever.
him, bro. You look like him.
He's the best ever. No debate.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah. No,
he's
no
number one.
doubt. NBA team.
NBA team. Okay, growing up, the New Jersey Nets were like my team. And then I moved to Arizona, so the Phoenix Suns. But I don't really have like a favorite team. I would say Suns just because just the home team. But
Arizona.
but yeah,
Hey, this one is a good one. Describe Monty Rodriguez in one word.
crazy.
Crazy.
Real. If I had to put one word, I would just say real. He's like one of the most real, genuine, and expressive people I've ever met. Like I consider him like my brother, and I've only known him for a year, and so I'm closest to him than a lot of people. So yeah, that's my brother.
How's being sharing locker room with him?
That I shared a locker room. We were roommates.
Oh,
We
you
would
were
go.
roommates.
We go out to eat. Like yeah, we when I came to Puerto Rico, he was the first person to like take me in. Like as soon as I got to the gym, we communicated, and from then on, we were like this, and we would just go. He would because he had a car, so he would take me
Oh,
places.
driving.
Yeah, he would show me around the island because I've never been. So like he would show me around the island. We would go to eat, and then from then it was just like the bond that we had off the court grew to what we had on the court, and so
That's cool.
yeah.
Jordan, can you tell me something in Spanish?
No habla español.
uh,
Hey, it's bad. I need to learn. Like it's bad because my mom is fluent in Spanish,
yeah.
and we just never learned growing up. So I need to be better though,
Yeah,
because when I speak Spanish, people think I speak Spanish because I sound Spanish, but but
but
yeah, I know I'm ashamed of myself.
um, a lot of athletes let's say a basketball player, they prefer to watch other sport. You're like that, or you love to watch your sport?
I love to watch all sports, but I love watching basketball the most. I'm a big
Basketball.
visual guy, so I always watch film, whether it's my own, whether it's games, NBA. I'm watching NBA games every day. I'm just like I just enjoy being a student of it. I like no matter how far I get, I always like to learn. And so even in the bubble, like I watched every single game. Like every game in the bubble I watched.
You
And
rewatch
so
it.
every game, like I didn't miss one game watching in the bubble. I would either be watch it on the computer or watch it on Wapa
That's
Deportes. So
not every player. Not everyone do that. Like
yeah.
study the game, get into it. I remember I was with Guayama. When I was athletic trainer student, I was
Uh-huh.
with Guayama in 2017, and I
Okay.
remember Damian Wilkins. He was the first to get to the court, and when he was in the locker room, he pulled up his phone
Yeah.
and start watching on a corner, start watching Kobe films, Kobe games, all the stuff. And
Yeah.
I was like, why you do that? Like I'm thinking how I can finish a game if I have the ball in the clutch, what's gonna
Yeah.
happen, rotation,
Yeah.
all the stuff.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And he that night he would drop 40, and I was you watching Kobe so much.
It's big. It's big. And that's why being a student of the game is big. So like I always need to make sure I'm prepared. That's like I'm obsessed with being prepared. So like getting to the game early, making sure I shoot, making sure I watch film, making sure we play Fajardo tomorrow. All right, let me watch their last three games. How did they play this guy? Oh, this guy can shoot threes. How did they guard him off the pick and roll? Like I'm
Mm,
making sure everything. So when I get to the game, I don't feel unprepared. You know?
yeah, gotcha. One last question. When you go into the game, a lot of players have the own routines. You have something special you do before a game, like you always do this certain thing that you always do to keep up your
Yeah,
routine.
yeah. For me, like on
What
the
do you?
court routine is pretty similar, like getting shots up and everything. But I would say like important for me is just like meditate and pray before every game. And so just like get in my own zone, get in my own head, clear my thoughts, pray, and just get mentally prepared for it. Because I know there's going to be a lot going on. And so in those moments, I like to just focus on myself, gather all my feelings, gather all my thoughts, gather my body, and just get ready to play.
Cool, Jordan. Jordan, this is the end for this conversation we had. I appreciate it. Uh, I just really thank you for you being with us here, being part of this. Jordan, one word you would like to share with those Puerto Rican people that are hoping, like me, to see you with a Puerto Rico jersey on you.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. First of all, thank you for having me. What you're doing on social media and all the platforms and on YouTube and everything, the support you have and the support you're getting from the community is amazing. So we appreciate all the coverage and everything you do for Puerto Rican basketball.
Appreciate it.
And then to all of my Puerto Rican people, just want to say I love all you guys. It's been nothing but love from the day I stepped on the island. Everybody's embraced me, even when I didn't think sometimes I would get embraced, and so I didn't know what to expect. But now I know that's forever a home for me, and I just want to say I appreciate everybody, and hopefully I'll be sporting those colors as soon as I get this knee back.
Great. We praying for that. Hey, we wish you fast recovery. We hope you will
Thank
be
you.
we know you will be soon in the court balling, making your threes and playing. That would be great to see you
Yep.
back again. So let's pray for you and hope the best wishes for you, Jordan.
Thank you so much. Best wishes for you as well.
Thank you,
And
Jordan.
I'll for sure be back soon.
So for all our fans, thank you to being here with us. It will be until the next one. Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you.